Hi guys, I am at Animation Toon Con today. Going to just do things and stuff. Goodbye.
No, it's you guys are the dynamic duo. Even Batman and Robin split up here. Thank you. Hi.
Hey, cool pizza. I went to your Instagram name like, hey, cool pizza. Are you recording everything?
Yeah. I need to record something.
Hey, man, how's it going out there?
Fellow mystery kids.
Hey, hey, fellow detectives. Love you guys.
I know, I need to record something. I haven't posted anything in a while. You guys just sign up.
We did.
Oh, alright. That's why I...
Nothing now?
You look more like Yale.
I started off actually writing for radio and doing stand-up comedy, and from the stand-up comedy I got a commercial agent, much like Tom, and at the time that I founded my commercial agency, they were just getting the voiceover division off the ground, and I never booked an on-camera commercial, but every time I booked something it would be a voiceover commercial. And when they found out I had a better voice and I guess a better face for TV, they started really pushing me for voiceovers, and that's how I started, really started booking stuff. And one of the first really good gigs I booked was a job with this guy. We did a series called Invasion America for DreamWorks, and Steven Spielberg was the executive producer. We did 13 episodes. And it was one of the first shows to air on prime time. It was a dramatic primetime TV show for what was then the WB network on Warner Brothers. And yeah, ever since then I booked Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and a couple of other series, tons of games. So it kind of just started from there.
I got started as a student, actually. I went to I went to Cal Arts where I studied animation. I'm an animator too, aside from doing just voices. And a lot of my friends would always cast me in their student films, and I would sometimes cast myself in my own. And a friend of mine who was like freelancing for a local game studio in Valencia asked me if I wanted to audition for a web series that they were producing called Cassie, Earth Girl on Campus. So I said sure, and I went into the audition, and I got like 3 of the lead roles on the show, just like that, So I thought at that time, at like age 22, 23, I was like, cool, this is going to be easy. I'm going to be a voice actor now. It was another few years before I got another paying gig doing voice acting. So it was a good start, and then kind of a long lull, and then another few things. And I will say, like, the person who's giving me the most work in voice acting is myself, because like I said, I'm also an animator, so I produce cartoons, and I get to do the voices of my own characters. So that's a lot of fun.
I went to Cal Arts too. I got my start on
Cat, Steve and I were good friends from Cal Arts, and no real actors wanted to do it, so they looked to me, and I just slept with myself, and I got the role. Same kind of followed for Mad Jack and Pennsylvania. That's how I did it.
I started out doing what's called looping and dubbing from a lot of films. One of them called The Natural with Robert Redford and Uncommon Valor with Gene Hackman. And I grew up kind of just the typical child actor, going on 3 to 4 interviews a day, 5 days a week, just trying to get as much work as you possibly can as a kid. And the Peanuts role came out, and interviewed for a man called Bill Melendez and Lee Mendelson. It took about 3 to 4 interviews, and I really thought that it was just going to be one special. And that's usually how the casting goes. There was the original cast, which was in 1964, and then they would usually do 1-2 episodes, and they would recast with a bunch of kids. And in 1981 was the first show that I did, and one show turned into 2, which turned into 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it was during a time of really big expansion, and they were doing Charlie Brown musicals, like Your Good Man Charlie Brown, the animated musical, and Flash Beagle. We did those, and then there was a Saturday morning cartoon series called The Charlie Brown and Snoopy Show, which was my favorite because it was very special to Charles Schulz. I mean, every episode was a vignette off of his comic strips, and it's the only one where he was personally involved. And it's kind of interesting to look back now. I didn't really understand it as a kid.
Thinking I wanted to work for Peanuts, and when I first started voiceover, and they said, no, we only use real kids. And I'm like, but I can sound like one. No, we only use real kids. So, I grew up in LA, and I met somebody when I was around 18 who said, have you ever thought about doing animation, working in radio? I didn't realize that my voice hadn't changed, but that takes some people to point it out to me. So I met some people, ended up going to college, moved to San Francisco, and the lady who was Crusader Rabbit's voice, who became Smurfette, lived in San Francisco. She helped me put together a demo. I got an agent, and I graduated college. They said, well, you have a good voice, but all the animation's in LA. So I called a talent agent, and it turned out my agent was filling in for the receptionist. So when I called, she answered the phone, and it was in the early 80s, which was a great time to work in animation in Hollywood when there were only about 200 voiceover actors. And she said, how old are you? And she said, well, you sound like you're 12. Get down here. And so they signed me, and I was very fortunate to have a fantastic career, and I kind of learned on the job.